Well, that was my thoughts on the Batwoman trailer. I always give a show 3 episodes to suck me in, so I will be watching it and probably giving you guys my opinions on it. God damn it. You know, I wanted to make a more upbeat video after my Joker one. By the way, thank you guys so much for the insane support on that video. You guys are amazing. But as a longtime fan of the CW DC TV shows, I feel like I need to talk about this. So, Batwoman is the newest DC show to launch on the CW, and the show has been so familiar with controversy that at this point, the word has become a season regular. However, I made sure to give the show my 3-episode rule before passing judgment. And that was my next mistake, because the show is boring. It isn't great or horrible, just boring. Episode 3 is probably the best so far, but that's like being the skinniest person at fat camp. You're not winning any awards. Because Batwoman is a new show, the first few episodes need to do a couple things. Number 1, set up the world. Show us a setting, characters, and relationships so we get a feel for the show. 2, draw the audience in. Get us invested in what's happening to the world and these characters. And number 3, leave us wanting more. This is normally done with cliffhangers that lead into the next episode. Now, these aren't easy tasks whatsoever. However, the CW has done it before with almost all their DC shows, so maybe they can do the same with Okay, maybe not. Look, the show isn't that bad, but it also ain't that good either. So today, I'm going to be looking back on the first 3 episodes of Batwoman to see what caused this reaction.
The suit is literal perfection.
It will be. When it fits a woman.
Not including that. I mean, you had one job. What is up, YouTube? My name is Gio, and today we're going to be figuring out why Batwoman is so boring.
Batman couldn't save you. And neither will they.
Okay, there's a lot of problems with Batwoman, but they all can be boiled down to 2 points: weak characters and low stakes. These two come together to do a Dragon Ball fusion dance of blandness that is the show's pilot. First, let's talk about the characters, because they relate to the point we discussed earlier about setting up the world and drawing the audience in. Once again, on this channel, I must bring up the point that if the audience doesn't care about the characters, we aren't going to give a flying fuck about the story happening around them. And right now, Batwoman's cast of characters don't really stand out. They feel flat and uninteresting, but that is because they don't get enough screen time to develop, as most of it is spent with Kate Kane. However, if she is interesting and has good chemistry with the other characters, then it will make it easier for us to like the supporting cast. Yeah, she sucks. Kate doesn't really have any interesting personality traits, and her motivations to become a hero is so selfish. Her reason for initially becoming Batwoman isn't to protect Gotham, but as she puts it,
to play by my own rules.
Now let's just play a little game and compare that motivation to the other CW DC heroes, just so we're playing fair. Oliver Queen wants to right the wrongs his father committed in Starling City. Barry Allen wants to protect Central City from metahumans and prevent what happened to his mother to happening to anyone else. Kara Danvers wants to be a beacon of hope for National City like her cousin is for Metropolis. You see what I'm getting at here? All of these heroes fight for selfless reasons. Selfless. While Kate is over here doing it because she wants to
play by my own rules.
Now, this does get backtracked in the 3rd episode. Here she isn't willing to be the city's hero because she's not Batman and doesn't want to ruin Bruce's legacy. This is what I wanted, to see Kate doubt herself, overthink her decisions, and just struggle. The problem is, you already screwed up the character in 2 prior episodes. Most people who would give this show a chance, like my dad, were done after those first 2 40-minute episodes. It doesn't matter if you made the characters' motivations slightly better in the 3rd, because half of the crew has already jumped ship. These characters had and still have potential, but they were crippled by the first 2 episodes, and because they were weak characters, it made me not care about what was happening to them, which as a result, created low stakes. For a TV show, having high stakes is very important, as it's what gets the audience to come back every week. They can be massive world-changing stakes, or what Batwoman tries to do, be more personal, intimate stakes. Both can and have worked very well. But to have personal stakes, we need to first care about, well, the person. So what are these gripping stakes that we find out about at the end of the first 2 episodes? Well, the main villain Alice is actually Kate's thought to be dead twin sister, and Kate's stepmother may have something to do with her initially being pronounced dead. Now on paper, this does admittedly sound interesting. However, the show doesn't try to make us care about these relationships. Kate isn't really shown to have a deep connection with either of these two. As a result, we end up caring less about these reveals than what we would have if it was done with better, more fleshed out characters. I know this is true because Arrow's pilot did something very similar, by having the reveal being Oliver's mother was behind him being kidnapped and may have something to do with the Gambit's destruction. This works better in Arrow than in Batwoman because throughout the entire episode, we get to see Oliver interact with his mother. We see her love her son, and that she legitimately wants to keep him safe and away from whatever's happening. This is what gives the reveal that impact. Not just the fact that it's Oliver's mother, but because the show makes sure to highlight their connection. Batwoman doesn't have that. Kate barely even says a word to her stepmother, and even with flashbacks, we don't get anything to help us see the bond or feel it that Kate has with her sister. All of that mixed together is a recipe for a disaster of a show, especially if you're trying to have more personal stakes. The best way to describe Batwoman, to put it bluntly, is a wet fart. Big potential, but ultimately falls flat in execution. Like I said, it's not the worst show in the world, but there's nothing special about it either. It's forgettable, and that's probably the worst thing a TV show can be. There's nothing about Batwoman that stands out or has something that you can't get from other shows. You want a street level hero? Watch Arrow. You want to watch a female superhero? There's Supergirl. You want a show that focuses more on personal stakes? Watch almost every other DC show on the CW. Ultimately, Batwoman fails to stand out in the sea of shows DC is producing. And even though the third episode looks like they're course correcting, or at least trying to, many have already given up on the show, and I don't blame them. Batwoman may be the show the CW wants, but it's not the show the audience deserves. With weak characters and low stakes, this is why Batwoman is so boring. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Batwoman. I could have gone off on the show. I mean, every week I'm sitting there when I'm watching it, I'm just going off on it. However, I really just wanted to get into the main reasons why someone like a casual viewer wouldn't come back week to week to watch the show. The concept alone isn't going to bring someone back week from week. The Walking Dead isn't exactly a unique concept. It's a zombie show. However, it's the characters and the writing that makes us come back week after week. Batwoman doesn't have that. However, I'd really like to hear what you guys think of Batwoman. Let me know in the comment section below. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like about it, or if you just didn't watch the show at all. And I think I could think of a few reasons on why someone just wouldn't watch the show out of the gate. And honestly, I don't blame them. However, I am going to be continuing watching it out of obligation to the Arrowverse, but once Crisis is done, once the crossover event is done and over with, that's it. It's over. I'm not going to be watching the show anymore. I might binge it just to see how it ended, but that's pretty much it. Like, I can't imagine the show going past one season. But on a brighter note, thank you guys so much for the support on the Joker video. Like, that video support was actually crazy. Like, we're so close now to 1,000 subscribers, and if we can get there, that'd be freaking it'd be amazing. It'd be amazing. But anyway, I do hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys liked it and new to the channel, hit the like and subscribe button. Also, to the channel potential, hit the same buttons. Anyway, my name is Gio, and I will talk to you all later. Peace.